Hey guys, welcome back. And to all my newbies, thanks for checking me out for the very first time. Okay, so today we are going to be cutting les bangs. Okay, they're getting a little long. Okay, they're right about here, and I like them right about here. I'm looking in the mirror and I like them right about here. So without further ado, we're going to get to cutting them. So what I do is I just part my hair here, and then I'll show you. I have a pair of scissors. I used to use these, the Barber, okay, but I've since upgraded because they're pretty dull. So I just got these. They're by Stag. I got these from Sally's, and I think they were about like 15 bucks or something like that. But yeah, that's what we're going to cut with. Stainless steel. They're pretty sharp, because even when I ran my hand across it, it was just like, yeah, I drew a little bit of blood, but I'm okay. All right, so let's get to cutting. Okay, so I am going to part my hair. 1, 2, and I like to part it temple to temple. There we go. Okay, so now this is what I do. So I'm gonna pull it forward, and again I switched my mirror, so I pull it forward, and I would do this in the bathroom. I normally do this in the bathroom, but my bathroom is so dark, y'all. It's ridiculous. It's really a miracle that I don't look like a clown every morning when I get ready and put on a couple of, put on my makeup and stuff, because it's so dark. Okay, so I bring it down to here. You see how I leveled my finger to my eyes? Because again, that's where I like my bangs or fringe. So I just cut it across like this. So I'm gonna look in the mirror to make sure I'm not, and I sort of drag it across like this, meaning I go like this. I don't go, I go, I sort of pull it back a little bit as it's cutting in, okay? All right, so I'm just brushing off the hair. Okay, so now we got it even to right about here, right in between my eyes. You see that? All right, next. And maybe I should have pulled my hair back, but it's okay. It's okay, we're gonna, all right. So now that we got that, we are going to cut it across. Okay, so this is our guide. Well, it looks kind of crooked, but that's okay. We're going to even that out. Okay, so I just bring it down, and I just start cutting straight across. That's all I do. Straight across, make sure it's even. Boom. Okay, sorry for all the banging. That's the scissors hitting the table. Okay, so I bring this down. You see how it ends here? And this hangs past what ends here. This is the guide. So I'm going to cut straight across so that this part matches this part. Does that make sense? So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm bringing it across. You see how I guide the scissors straight across like this? I'm closing my eyes so I don't get any hair in my eyes. And boom. You see that? Okay. It's coming together. Okay. So, how's everybody's week going? Everybody okay? Everybody still alive and kicking? Don't let nobody get you down. Don't let anybody frustrate you or steal your joy. Okay, so same thing. Brought my fingers down, okay? You see this? You see how this is short? You see how this is long? This is my guide. So I'm using this straight across. I'm going to cut straight across so that this matches this. That's all I'm doing. And I'm bringing it across like this. Okay, if you missed something, it's okay. It's okay. You see how that, now it's, because of the shape of your head, it's not going to end up going straight across anyway. Well, depending on how you cut it. But we're going to even it out, but I'm going to keep going straight this way. And then I'm going to work my way this way. And then I'm going to do my thing in between. And you'll see how it ends up. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys. All right. So I bring this across. Ooh. Okay, so this. Okay, so I'm gonna match the shortest point. Shortest point, working straight across. I'm gonna pull this down as far as possible so that it is, all right, let's see, right there. Okay, where's my scissors? All right, here we go. Straight across. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Don't mind the noise outside, guys. I told you about my windows, single pane, lots of action out here. I live in the action capital of the world, pretty much. Okay, so I am double checking that. And it's okay, we can always adjust later. I usually, as I get closer to my ear, I go a little up more because, again, the shape of your head is round. Most people have round heads. It's gonna go up a little bit anyway. Don't mind the, we're gonna have hair on my face, so. Oh, it's all over here. I meant to put, shoot. I meant to put the thing on here. Y'all, I got so excited to cutting this that I totally forgot to even put the towel on my, okay. Cut that out. Okay. Okay. All right, so we did this part, okay? And then I check it by pushing it down too. You know what I mean? So you see how that's, okay. So we're doing okay. All right, we're not too crooked, too crazy. All right. So same thing, same difference. We're doing the same thing over here. So this is my guide. This is the shortest part. This is longer, obviously, than my guide. So we're going to cut this to that. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, when I do this in my bathroom, it's like no big deal. Falls on the floor, just sweep it up. Hair's going everywhere. But it's okay. It's just hair, guys. It's just hair. Dolce, it's just hair. Okay, okay. So let's work this. All right, we're working it across this way. You see that? All right, so we're just gonna. All right, still seems even to me. What do you guys think? All right. And again, I pull it all the way over. There we go. Look at all that. Look at all that, guys. Can you see it? Okay, so this is the guide. And this is where we're going to cut. And I'm pulling it down. Make sure. All right. There's something about freshly cut hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love it. I love when the ends are like, you see that? It's thick, and I just love that. Am I the only one? No, I'm not the only one. I love it. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, so this is a little longer. Can you see that? So let me pull it down. All right, so we got to check. That's longer. All right, so let's get going. Let's make that even so we can get to the other part. So all I'm doing is just pulling it down. You guys know by now. You see me do it. 1, 2, 3. I'm bringing this down. And again, I do this in my bathroom, so I'm trying to see through these. I'm looking here, I'm looking here, I'm looking here. Make sure. Okay. Now, this is still uneven, so what I'm going to do is, that's when I cut across this. And I think it's because I'm looking. Yeah, I have to look over here because I can't see. You see that? You see how uneven that is? All right. So we're going to keep cutting until it's even. Okay. But I know where I want my bangs to sort of fall. So again, I like them straight across like this. That's what I like. You do what you like, and I like it like this. Okay, so you see that? We gotta get that. That looks crazy. Okay. So let's get that. So again, I'm gonna let's come that over here. And I can sort of gauge by my, see, that's, ooh. All right, so all of that. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble? Trouble? All right. So let's get a length check right here. And again, I push it down because sometimes it looks like it's shorter than it is, or it's longer than it is. Then you know, you may be unsure, then you end up cutting more. I'd rather do it gradually as far as cutting it than just, because once it's gone, it's gone. You gotta wait until it goes back. And you're like, oh, oops. Okay, so I think it's a little uneven. Yeah, you see that? Okay, just a little uneven there. You see that? How that comes down like that? Juts down. Okay. 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 It still looks, let's see, let's push it down. All right, so that comes down, that comes down, that comes down here. Okay. So then what I do is, it's pretty close. Then I check it up against my face like this. Okay. I try and make sure that it's even this way. And I just snip. Okay. Pull that down. And I try to avoid this part, because if ever I pull back my hair in a ponytail and I cut this part, then this is going to be sticking out. So that's why I like it temple to temple. That's why I do temple to temple. Okay. All right. I like it. And if it's uneven, trust me, I will even it out. But let's get to the other part that I do. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so now that it's cut across like this, now I sort of, I don't want to say, I put layers in it. Okay. So this is how I layer my bangs. That way it's not just flat and down like this, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I like a little movement. Like I like to be able to move my hair this way and this way, and you see some type of, you see how it looks like that? So I like to put a little bit movement into it. So what I do is I just part. So after I do straight across to my eyes, I part. Okay. And I go straight across this way. Bring it out straight across. Okay, you guys see? Okay guys, I'm a little lower so you can see exactly, so you can focus in on my bangs and see what I'm doing here. So all I do is pull it out. Okay. And you see how it's uneven? You see how this is shorter and this is longer? All I do is pull it straight out from my head and cut straight up. That's all I do to match the bottom. Again, I'm using the bottom as the guide so I know how short to cut it, and I just cut it. That's all I do. Okay, so I did the one part. And I just work my way across my head. That's all I do. So the next part, I'm pulling it straight out. Okay, you see how everything's jagged and this and that? I'm using this as my guide, and my previous cut on this side, what I did here, because I pulled some of this into here, pull it straight out. Okay, using this as my guide, straight up, cutting straight up. You see that? Okay. So we're going to do that again. Okay, so once I get to the middle of my head, I sort of do that again. Now as I get to here, I turn this way. I turn this way. I'm gathering some of what I cut before into the new stuff that I want to cut. I'm coming over here. I'm pulling it straight out. And you see how this is longer? Make sure my part is straight. Okay. Straight out. You see that, guys? Okay. So, move back. You see how this part at the top? Okay. And what I do is, because it's awkward to cut down this way, I pull it up like this. Okay. And you can still see the level, and I cut straight across. It's the same thing. I'm just pulling it up this way because it's awkward to cut downwards from above. Okay. Did we get that? All right. But you see, same thing. I'm just pulling it this way so I can have a better vision of it. Okay, view of it. Okay. Parting, this should be the last part. Pull it out. Okay. Straight out. And actually, that looks pretty good. But I'm gonna pull that out. Do it up like this. You see there's some straggly ends. Okay, let's pull back. And I just cut it straight across. Okay. So that is pretty much how I cut my bangs. That's it. Now let's make sure it's even. I don't really stress too much about it being even. I mean, of course, I don't want asymmetrical because that's just not what I am going for. But I just try and make sure it's neat. Okay, guys? And I make sure that at least this matches this. And what I do is I take it from the part and I just pull it down. And I try and make sure that my fingers are even. Does that look even, guys? What do you think? I think that looks even. I got hair in my eyes and everything, but we're gonna continue. Okay. So that's it. Let's double check. And yeah, I may have to clean. Let's see. No, that looks good. You see how that's laying? Oh. Okay, let's make sure. Now this, how are we doing on this side? How are we doing on this side? Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. You see that? Let's clean that up. And 2 and 3. Be sure not to cut any of this into this, because then you'll just have, you know, unless that's what you want, what you're going for. And you see how I'm able to, it gives you more movement, okay? And I can bring it in, I can part this and have this like totally to the side, you know, and have my hair down and so forth and so on. But I'm about to get this hair out of my eyes. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. It looks decent, at least from what I can tell, looking into the mirror right now. But I'm gonna clean up my face in a minute, and then I'll show you the final. I mean, all I have to do is bring my hair forward. I don't have to make a big deal out of it. But it might be nice to see everything without hair on my face. But yeah, and I cut, oh my gosh, when my hair was growing in, I cut way too far back. Like I had my bangs back here. That's why, yeah, it's still growing in, because I was in my zeal to, you know, in my zeal to cut my hair and to trim it, you know, as it was growing in after it had fallen out and all like that. I cut way too far back. It was like everything was off kilter. I tried to keep this same line that I keep for my bangs and everything like that. And I don't know what happened. I got distracted or whatever happened. And I ended up cutting my bangs a little further back. That's why you even see it now in some of my videos. If I turn my head, my bangs are a little far back. So it's okay. We're correcting that. There's a way to correct that, and that's to wait until it grows in, okay? And so that's what we're doing. So in the meantime, I just keep to my perimeter, my normal perimeter, now that I remember where it is. And that's what we got. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna clean my face. I'm just gonna brush off the stuff so I don't look like I'm growing a beard under my eyes, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, what do you think? I think it turned out pretty good. It looks pretty even to me. Okay, and yeah. Okay, so I'm liking it. Not too bad of a job for not being in a real mirror. I mean, I'm looking at, it doesn't matter, hand mirrors and cameras. Okay, so I think I did okay. So again, it's pretty quick, you know, if you like bangs, or if not, but yeah, that's how I cut my bangs. That's how I keep it. And I cut my bangs about every other week. So every 2 weeks, you know, something like that, every other week. But whenever it gets too long and it's like sort of invading my eyelash space, and I have to sort of, you know, keep moving it, and yeah, it's about that time. So I try and keep it right here, because I do like long bangs. I don't like them too short. I don't like them up here. I don't like this, and boom, boom, boom. I just like them just, boop, just like that. Okay, so yeah. Now what I will show you is, eventually I will show you how I actually cut my hair, you know. Again, I try and do it blunt, which is how I do my bangs. I cut bluntly, and then I go in, you know, so I do a little bit of layering and I go in, and that's pretty much it. On the sides, I've been cutting it a little differently. I tried a different, again, because my hair was growing in, and just cutting it a certain way, it just made it look a lot thinner. So I was trying to make it look thicker while it was growing in. So I changed up a little bit how I cut. So I'm going to show you that. Yeah, I'll show it to you soon. So we're working through everything. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the video and how I cut my bangs. And if you've never cut your hair and you've always been wondering, and just try it. You know, I know people are like, oh, it's just hair, you grow back, you know, but I get it. I get how you can be somewhat fearful and, you know, so forth and so on. But again, I like to try different things, and I just figured, you know what, one day, because I used to wear my hair parted and just straight down, and I wanted something different. I said, hey, let me try bangs. I tried bangs. I like bangs. So now I have bangs. So there you go. Bangity bang. So yeah, try it. Try it. Try something simple. You don't have to do anything extravagant, because what I did was not extravagant. I'm not a hairdresser, and I'm sure hairdressers that are looking at this like, but this is what I do. Okay? I just blunt it out, and then I just cut it up. Blunt, across, cut up. Okay? So I'm out. We were in and out. Thanks for dialing in and showing up. And I will be back. If you have any questions, just let me know. I appreciate you tuning in, and come on back. We can be talking about some more stuff and showing some more stuff and doing some more stuff. So come on back. I appreciate it. All right.